Hi, I'm Tony and welcome back to my channel. If you follow me, you know that we're really near the end of this amazing Armortek Series 1 build, and I'm thoroughly enjoying the whole process. Now, really the next stage should be the detailing, and when I left off last time I was deliberating whether to carry on with the detailing or actually go ahead and sort out the electronics once and for all. So I decided to sort out the electronics and then just get it to a point where I can test drive it, and once I'm happy with everything we can then go on and do all the finishing details. So Adrian, a friend of mine from the Armortek forum, came over and we spent a great day catching up as we normally do. Talking all things Armortek and models and the rest of it, and we spent a bit of time trying to sort out the electronics. And so shortly I'll take the camera off its hilt and I'll talk you through what we've achieved here, and then we'll take it for a little bit of a test drive. That will probably be the extent of the video today, because the detailing video is going to take a bit of time. So I thought I'd do a short video today, show you the Series 1 driving and operating as it should, and then we'll follow up with a final, if you like, a final session about all the detailing. So I'll take the camera off the hilt and we'll take you for a view around it. And I've got my little helper here today, haven't we? Ralph, you going to help me? You going to help Grandad? So Ralph's going to help me, as he always does, and I'll see you shortly. Okay, so I've turned the Land Rover on its side just to talk you through what I've done here. So you would have seen me previously install the lighting loom, and I heat sealed this with a bit of a heat shrink. So that's up there. Now I'm not going to plan to drive this through any wet or muddy ground, really. It's just sort of this is really sort of going to be for a display, fair weather use only. Now I've got you can just about see this cable here, which is the power cable which connects up the switch and the motor and everything else, and I've bought an extender just to extend that lead and passed it through over the top of the chassis, and then presented that into the battery box at the back, just so that you can, I'll see if I can turn that around a bit so that you can see it. So this lead runs up underneath the seat and into the battery compartment, and you can just about see probably the speaker which I've mounted onto the side under the bonnet. Now I don't know anybody so far that's managed to successfully come up with their own way of tidy, and a really neat and tidy way of organizing everything under the bonnet. I've come up with our way, Adrian and I scratched our heads for a little while we sort of contemplated how, what's that? Well, okay, we don't need that, thank you. Contemplated the best way to do it, and I'll show you that in a moment. But underneath, this is it. Previously we'd installed the exhaust, so this is just showing you the cable routes that I've come up with here, and obviously this cable here is where the bulkhead lights are fed from. So what I'll do now is I'll turn it back on its wheels, and I'll talk you through the bonnet, or what's under the bonnet. Right, are you ready for this? Ta-da! Right, as you can see, it's a bit of a mess, but it's all in here. So receiver here, switch mounted here. Well, I'll say mounted, it's come off its Velcro, but let's pop that back on there. Switch mounted with Velcro, speaker mounted with Velcro on the side. If I just move this receiver out of the way, this is the main switch that goes back to the main sort of relay, if you like, and down there in the bottom somewhere is the sound card with the volume switch and everything else. Tiny little on and off switch here which I've left on because the main switch is off, and I was really stressing over this and how it looked, and obviously making sure that it didn't nothing's touching the speaker, and nothing's getting in the way of the servo that I installed to do the synchronize the steering. So and no matter what I did and what Adrian did, we just couldn't get it to look right, and we've both got a little bit of OCD. So the best way to deal with that, I'm going to show you now. The best tip to tidy all this up and forget about it and not worry about it is to do that. Done. As far as I'm concerned, once that lid is down or the bonnet's down, problem solved. So look, it isn't perfect, but with the limited amount of space you get inside here, there's not a lot more you can do. So if you're doing one of these, don't stress over it. The main thing is try not to get any of the components to touch the speaker. And if you've done this sort of, if you rigged up a servo or a similar type of solution for synchronizing the steering, make sure that that's not getting clashing with anything. Make sure the receiver is on the top here. Try and get the receiver aerials at 90 degrees to each other. And make sure they're insulated so it doesn't touch any metal. When you've done all that, you just simply close the bonnet down and don't worry about it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach the battery, show you that, and then we'll get it off the bench and do some test driving. Okay, so I've just taken my battery off charge, and it's been charged and balanced with one of these IMAX chargers, the B6 charger, which is something that's highly recommended for this type of battery. I mean, if you've got experience in these LiPo batteries, you understand the issues with them and the concerns over charging, making sure that you don't overcharge them, and you never ever leave it anywhere other than in a safe fireproof area. So don't put it in anything that could combust, because these batteries, if they get damaged or you overcharge them, they can explode. There's plenty of videos on YouTube demonstrating that. And you should always check the condition of your battery before you charge it and when you finish charging it. And these should be perfectly sealed. You'll know if there's a problem with these because these will start to swell up. And just generally just check the condition of your battery before you do anything else with it, because they are pretty lethal if not looked after correctly and charged correctly. So I'm going to remove these seats now, pop these out of the way for now, lift up the battery lid. There's my lead that I've fed through with the extended cable. Just connect that up. He says, tell you what, move that out of the way, that'd be good. Connect that up, and now I'm going to just pop that in there on its little shelf, spin it round, the little angle I put in previously, and that's it in there, nice and tight. Pop that back into place, pop the seats in. Now we're ready to turn it on, fire it up and do some tests with it. Okay, so this is the first test. I've got it elevated. I'll take it outside in a minute and take a bit of a drive around, but let's turn the radio set on first, as we should always do. This is the standard setup for this FR Sky Tyrannus. I've used it on all of my tanks so far. Really good piece of kit, and it's got the reciprocating receiver inside the bonnet area. So now this is turned on, I can turn on the main switch. Just waiting for the receiver to bind. There we go, it's gone green, it's gone red. It's probably too close to it. Yeah, it's too close to it. We get rid of the problem with the mess by just doing that, essential. You can hear I've got it turned up, not full blast because you can damage the speaker, but I've got the volume up because of the speaker's not on, pointed up to or towards the front as it's on this side. I've got it pointed, I've got the volume turned up a little bit louder than I probably should do or need to. So let's do it. I think there's 3 functions on this. So let's do the full start, which is 2 up, 1 down. And then 1 up, 1 down. For that. That's just in its idling mode. I'm just going to move this. It thinks it's driving, I need to sort that out. So let's just check the steering. Steering wheel's working as well, as you can see. Let's turn some lights on. The lights are on. Now let's just accelerate. Reverse. Got it all set up on one single stick like I do with my tanks. Quite cute. And that's it really. So you can't see it at the moment, but should be able to turn that round for you so you can see the tail lights. Hang on. Tail lights are on. In terms of functionality, there isn't really a lot more than that. So I'll just turn that off. Turn off the main switch and turn that back. Turn the lights off. I'll probably take it outside now and take it for a little spin. So that's it. My little Series 1 is almost complete and really pleased. You know, it drives reasonably well. It's not got a huge amount of functionality, but it's all about the look, I think, of something like this. I just think it looks amazing and really accurate to what would be the Series 1 real size model. So massive thank you to Armortek, and I think they've done an amazing job, and I hope I've done them proud by the way I've gone about building this model. If you've liked today's session, I hope you have. Thank you for joining me, and give me a thumbs up if you have. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, because I've got more work to do to this. Now we're going to go on to the detailing side. The next couple of sessions will be about finishing this off, putting all the final details on, and that includes everything from the decals to fitting the wheel, the wing mirrors, and lots of other sort of small parts that need to be fitted to bring the model up to the standard I'm looking forward to seeing at the end. And of course, I'm also building my Baja, my HPI 5B Baja, this huge 2-stroke petrol monster. So tune into my other playlist for that, and I will of course let you know very soon about my other project. So I'll sign off by saying thanks again for all your amazing support, all your amazing thumbs up, all your amazing comments, and please keep them coming. I'm Tony, I love building these kits, and I'll see you in my next session.